Hello guys, today we're going to continue talking about training. This is Trophy Manager Tips and here I am with one more video. My name is Alan and I hope you guys are doing fine. We started talking about it already in the previous video. This is the second part, so if you didn't watch the first part, I suggest you to go back there and watch it before you continue in this video. The video is here in the cards, so you can just click and go back there. Then you come back to this one, okay? In the second part, I will just show you some examples of players I trained. I will pick a player of each position just to give you some real-time playing action type of thing. Okay, so let me pick a goalkeeper first, then a central defender, a midfielder, a winger, and a striker. Okay. All of these players, they are mostly bloomed. I think this one is still blooming and this one is still blooming. All the others are bloomed already. Okay. This is a goalkeeper, as I told you before. We cannot do anything about the goalkeeper's training, so they just stay in the basic training. No option for customization or anything. Okay. So just to show you. Then this is a central defender, and in his training, I'm currently setting like this. 3-3-1-1-3-1. I'm focusing on his primary skills like strength, heading, marking and tackling. This one I should change soon because he has almost 20 on both, like he has 20 on marking and 19 on tackling. I think in a few weeks he will get 20 in tackling. Then there is no need to keep this at this level. I should set it to 1. As I told you before, I don't put anything on 0, only in very, very rare occasions. So I should set it back to 1 and increase maybe passing, probably passing. I don't know if crossing, not for crossing, but because of the pace. Passing or pace. I should check the pics to see if I should increase pace or not. But most likely passing will be my choice. Okay, because he should get some passing to be available for as a defender, central defensive midfielder too. Okay, and then we have this midfielder, and I'm training him like this. Okay, this is a primer skill for midfielders, work rate, but he has 20 already. See, so that's why I don't put 3 points here, just two, because I also want him to keep growing his stamina and strength. Okay, but I don't need to put 3 points here. I think two are okay. I'm focusing more on passing, which he really needs to develop. He's still kind of weak in that, and finishing long shots. Okay, this is not standard for a midfielder, and this is not standard for a defender. Okay, it depends on the player and the moment of the player. Yeah, this can be kind of standard for defenders, but depending on the situation, I have to change. I have defenders that I don't train like this, so it depends on the player. Okay. And then we have the winger. This guy is a winger and a center midfielder at the same time. Since he's really good, I'm training him for both positions. I use him more often as a right midfielder. Okay, and in his training, it's currently like this. You see that these are primer skills for him, crossing and pace for a right midfielder. But in pace, he has 20 already, and in crossing, he has 19. Eventually, he will get crossing. I don't need to push it so much. That's why I keep two here. I prefer to give this extra point to passing because he needs to grow more passing. It's really good, but it can be better. So that's why I don't put 3 points for pace and crossing in this case. Okay. But I think in the past, probably I did in previous seasons. Okay. Yeah. And the last one, the striker. Okay, he's also a center mid offensive midfielder, but I don't really use him. I don't use this position at all in my formations, and his skills are not so good for this position. So I only consider him as a forward, as a striker. And in his training, You see currently like this. I'm really focusing on the primary skills and a bit on strength and stamina too. Okay. You notice that in all my trainings, like here is 100, 102, here also 100, 102, 100, 102, and 99, 102. I never go below 99. It's very rare. Only if I have a player who has low peaks and his skill distribution makes it risky to train him like this, so I have to be more radical. Then I can go down to 96 maybe. Okay, but usually I just stay in 99 or 100. And for players that I'm gonna sell to the agent, I put 2 points in everything here, and it becomes 102, 102. Okay, I can use 101 sometime, but it's also not common because 101 is almost random. To get 101, I will have like like three, no, four of the skills with 2 points, one skill with 3 points, another one with one. Okay, so it's almost random. Only if a guy is really well shaped and I don't need to focus much on anything, then I can use 101, 102, but it usually doesn't happen. The most common is 99 or 100 for me, okay? This is my way of training, not necessarily the right way. Now I'm going to show you these guys, they are almost, they are in the end of development, like 26 years old, 20, 25, 23. This one is not in the end yet, but I mean, there is not much else I can do. He's bloomed already, and his skills are really good. So I don't need to think much about his training anymore. But now let me show you about a player who is young and still has a long, long way to go. I'm gonna tell you what I plan to do with him, not necessarily what I will do, because my plans may change as he grows. But let's see, is this guy, my youngest player in the team. He has a high potential. I promoted him a few weeks ago, and from the youth squad, they said he had 18 potential. As I told you, the potential grows, so he's probably going to be 20 in potential by the age of 17 or 18, and I'm hoping he's going to become a very good player. Okay, he's an early bloomer. Okay, this guy cannot tell anything about it. This is wrong, so he's early bloomer. I know that, and his skill distribution is going a good direction for center defender. I just have to be careful with this marking. I have to manage to correct it, not to let work rate grow too much and prevent this from growing. Okay, but he has good heading already. Strength not bad. Good stamina. Probably stamina is his special skill. Let me see from the scout. Yeah, this one said passing. This one said stamina. This one said strength. They don't agree much. This one is more reliable, the one who says passing. But if I had to bet, I would bet on stamina, which is the highest one he has. Okay, so let's see. I'm currently training him like this, just like the defender. I closed it already, it was here, but the defender was just like this too. Okay, so I'm focusing on the primary skills for now. Yeah. And for defenders, it's kind of easy to train because they are more restricted. They use less skills. For example, you don't need to put much finishing for a defender, crossing. You don't need these kind of things. But for a midfielder, the player needs to cover a wider range of skills because they use more skills. Understand? A midfielder can do any of these things. They help in defense too. So yeah, but for defenders it's easier. Okay. So yeah, I plan in the future. I should train more passing with him too. Here, maybe later when these are well developed, I can train a bit more of passing. Let's see how it grows. If maybe passing is his special skill, so I don't even need to train at all. Okay. As I told you, I should be careful with this marking too. Then maybe later I have to set this marking to 4 and decrease this here to 1, not to let his work rate grow much. I don't remember his peaks. Let me check. I think this guy, Danilo Machado, he can tell me about the physics and tactical pick. So he's weak in the physical pick And he has 4x4 in tactical. Okay, so I don't need to worry about the marking. He has 4x4 in tactical. So yeah, it's okay. I should just train marking. He has no restriction regarding this. I should be more careful about the physics because he has weak physics. It's one, level one. But since I'm not training base. As you see, it's one. It's train because I don't put anything for zero, but I'm not training much. Okay, then should be okay here. But of course, he cannot be so slow. So maybe when I feel these skills are fine, the heading also grew enough, I can maybe put 2 points for pace and give him a bit of speed. Okay. Usually for players like him, who I pull at the age of 15, I set a training like I did here and I wait until 15.11. Then I check how his skills are and I evaluate if I should change anything in the training or if I just leave it. Usually I leave it because at the beginning players are they have low skills, then I focus more on the primary skills. And after 1 or 2 seasons I can see better they have some shape already, then I can see points where I need correction and things I need to be more careful about. Understand? But each player will demand a different type of training. There is no like directions that you can follow with every player. You have to change and adapt according to the players you have and based on your experience too. As you train more and more players, you get the way how to do it, okay? And you just improve the knowledge in this. Okay, that's all I wanted to show you guys. That's all for this video. If you have any comments or questions about the video, please write in the comment section below. If you have doubts about any aspects of the game, write it down as well, and I will do my best to help you out. I hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to my channel. See you soon.